Yeah, I think we're going to start my prediction for 2020 and beyond is we're going to hear a lot more about recovery and that yes, you have to go hard to have muscle, but you don't have to go hard every single day.
Right.
And I think especially living in New York, we're like, I'm not going to get results unless I hit it hard. Mm-hmm. And yes, you do have to hit it hard, but you also need that balance.
Welcome to Salad with a Side of Fries. I'm your host, Jenn Trepic, talking wellness and weight loss for real life. We're here to clear up the myths, misinformation, bad science, and marketing to teach you how to eat and how to cheat. Are you ready? I'm having salad with a side of fries. Hey guys, welcome back to Salad with a Side of Fries. I'm your host, Jenn Trepic, as always. And I'm super excited. We have a whole series of fitness experts joining us over the next few weeks so that we can understand different methods and explore what's out there, find what's right for us, kick it up in the new year, all those things. So today we're tapping into the method that completely changed fitness for me personally. Before I introduce today's guest, let's take a quick minute to acknowledge our partner for this episode and give you guys a gift. Lumiere de Vie Skincare was founded by Amber Ridinger McLaughlin in response to her own experience of mere marginal results from countless costly creams. She realized the revitalization of her youthful skin could only occur if she developed products herself. Working closely with beauty scientists and exploring the most advanced ingredients derived from the earth and sea, Amber created Lumiere de Vie, the next generation of skincare. The extensive line of luxury skincare products is designed to address all skin types and concerns, including uneven texture or tone, dryness, and fatigue skin. With the highest quality natural ingredients and powerful formulas that help heal, soothe, moisturize, and protect, Lumiere de Vie acts as first aid for your skin. The result? Rejuvenated, luminous, beautiful-looking skin. To try it yourself, text the word SKIN, S-K-I-N, to 844-947-4846, and you'll receive the link and coupon code for 10% off. You know, guys, this week is Valentine's Day, and I always encourage everyone to find a way to celebrate Valentine's Day that's not food-related. So outside of the candy hearts and the chocolates, whether you're in a relationship or single, I love Valentine's Day, and it's an excuse to stop and give ourselves a moment to say, I love me, right? And to celebrate love in general, not just the romantic kind, because, well, maybe what we need these days is a little more love, right? So maybe as you consider non-food related ways to indulge, think about investing in some high quality skincare. Whether it's the Lumiere de Vie Intense Rejuvenation Cream, the Pore Minimizing Serum, their Retinol Cream, or another personal favorite, guys, the Moisture Intense Sheet Mask. Treat yourself. Simply text the word SKIN to 844-947-4846 to try Lumiere de Vie Skincare and get 10% off. This is a toll-free number. Standard text and data rates may apply. Our guest today is Tanya Becker, co-founder of Physique 57. And I've been a Physique loyal since the very beginning in 2006.
Yes.
Yeah. 2006. Tanya's responsible actually for the method, the madness behind the method, I say. So I'm thrilled to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here. And I really must say that Physique is like the fountain of youth because I'm like, we haven't changed.
Right. Seriously,
Since
we look exactly the same.
I mean, if you could see us. It's
right, totally. We should take a picture before we go.
Yes. Especially as we're coming up on the new decade.
Right?
Years.
It's like, wow. I know.
2020.
So let's make 2020 something, right?
Yes.
For everybody. So starting, before Physique, you were a premier teacher at Lottie Burke.
Yeah.
And so explain to everybody kind of not just your bar background, but how did you get into fitness in general?
Right, sure. So the quick story is I really didn't like working out. I had been a professional dancer most of my life. And in the early 90s, 1993, somewhere around there, I answered an ad for a bar class, the Lottie Burke method, looking for dancers to teach.
Interesting.
So when I stumbled into this, brownstone on 67th and Madison, and took this class that I was blown away by. tortured. I mean, my muscles were shaking, and I thought, well, I'm a professional dancer, and this just like totally kicked my, butt.
Yeah.
And
You can say it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay. Fill in the blank.
Yeah.
And it was, really beautiful movement and graceful. And at the time, I didn't even realize it was exercise. I knew it was exercise, but I didn't think of myself as fitness or exercise. It just felt right. It never felt right for my body to go to the gym and, go on machines and that sort of thing and running, although, I try.
Right.
So
I joke that I can't run.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's form and method to running that I just was never taught.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we were dancers that they were like, you don't need to run. It's okay.
Right. I get my endurance and stamina. I always think of just like running was very primal, like you run from animals that are chasing you. I don't know. Like, so it's just hard to motivate myself to run.
Totally.
So getting into the fitness industry, it was really through the Lottie Burke method that after teaching it for a while, I realized that women's bodies primarily, I mean, it's great for everyone. The women that I was teaching were staying young, youthful, fit, strong. I mean, I'm still teaching some of the women I taught in the early 90s and then their children, and like pretty soon, hopefully, maybe their children. So it is a method that stands the test of time. And then there's, of course, my background as a choreographer. And I took the method when we were creating physique, and I added elements of fitness to make it more well-rounded. So primarily the way it had started was more isometric, which is you hold a muscle time under tension and it will change. What I did was add isometric and isotonic, which is more muscle contractions and ranges of motion and working in different fitness planes. So. And that was mostly out of boredom. I was like, let's make this a little more exciting and let's add some music. And I kind of fell backwards out of my boredom and using choreography and created a method that is strength training, cardio, stretching, kind of all in one fitness.
Right. And I think that's what I fell in love with too, because, growing up a dancer, the idea that you put your body in the right position and then the movement is relatively small or can be relatively small, or, like that mind body connection resonated. But then it was also, I got everything done. I didn't need to then go run for an hour or do something else.
One-stop shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's what it's efficient, and we always say it's efficient and effective, and it is, but no two classes are ever the same. And I think that's what's appealing to a lot of our clients and why as a teacher and clients keep doing it for years and years is because your body, you don't really plateau. I don't think you've ever walked into a class and like, I've nailed it, like, and that's by design.
Yeah. And I remember I described the method as sort of bar method on crack.
Yeah.
Right? It's what people typically think of like a ballet bar kind of a workout meets like high intensity interval training.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's a perfect way to describe it. High intensity changes the body, and we do it in intervals. So sprint, recover is a highly effective training method, even if you're running and you sprint, recover. And it's picked up by a lot of other fitness trends out there. It's called Tabata, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. And that formula really, really works because when you have intensity changes the body. There's nothing wrong with a walk in the park, but if you're looking for transformation, the science behind muscle changing is to put it time under tension, to do it quickly, to take it to fatigue is what we say. So we take each muscle during the hour to fatigue.
Right.
Or you can put in other words.
Right. And then you crawl out of the room.
Right. And come back and you're like, I need to do that again. And crawl out. It's like,
exactly.
It's really, thing, I mean, I think it's for really people that are, I wouldn't say it's for everyone, but type A, like really, we have a lot of professional, strong, powerful, clients that are making things happen in the world. This is not, we're not just kind of like hanging out. We're making things happen inside and outside of the room.
Right. Well, and I think the other episode with Jennifer was like the fitness effect of like, okay, if I can do 20 push-ups,
Right.
then I can certainly do these other things and,
Right.
the spillover into the rest of our lives. So
Right.
there's something about the energy of these people in a room.
Yes.
We're like the group fitness thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're in this environment where it's incredibly challenging, and you feel like if you can conquer this thigh work, why wouldn't I start my own company or
Right.
go for that CEO position or whatever it is, start your own company, right?
Right,
And
yeah,
entrepreneurship,
exactly.
whatever it is. You have the stamina and endurance and
Yeah.
mental fortitude, not just physical.
Yes. Yeah. And so, we mentioned a lot of women gravitate toward this method, but it's really good for anyone.
Anyone and everyone. I've caught my husband sometimes doing our videos, and back in the day when we had DVDs, which are now on our online platform, doing them. I'm like, what are you doing? Why is the door shut? He's like, don't come in here. Don't correct me. And like, but yes, it is for everyone and ageless. And it really is. It's tremendous. I think more and more, we'll see more and more men doing this. It's the same thing with yoga and Pilates as they become comfortable at a ballet bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember sort of Lottie Burke and this whole thing was originally designed for injured dancers, right?
Right.
Like rehab.
She was a dancer who was injured and used the principles of yoga and dance to heal her body. Very similar to Pilates. Joseph Pilates used some of his equipment to heal the body, and it's low impact. So you can do it for a really long time.
Right.
I mean, I taught 15 hours a week for most of my career. I'm not teaching that many now, but it's been, about 25 years? Mm-hmm. So,
right. Which
knock
is...
on wood. I won't knock on anything. But
right.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think it's a really interesting thing because for any age, as we're looking to make a change or kick it up or find something new or keep doing something, because, I have a lot of aging clients too. And one of the things is like, you have to build muscle and you have to stay moving.
Yes.
And so
I am a big fan of muscle.
Yes.
I think as I enter, I'm 48, I'm in perimenopausal, and more so than ever, muscle, it's one of the largest organs of the body, and we need to keep muscle in our body. And the only way to do that is really a great way to do it is strength training, using your own body weight. And that's primarily what we do. And that's also really good for bone density as we age. So you want to do something that's going to be with you throughout life's journey, and you can continue to challenge yourself with it, or you can let it just meet you where you are, and you can level up or level down.
Right, yeah.
We give you those options in class.
Yeah, exactly. So, those are great recommendations, I think, for anybody, no matter what you're doing, right? I always say muscle dictates metabolism.
Yes.
And I think one of the biggest misconceptions around exercise is the need for cardio.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And so,
I know. I mean, that's the heart muscle. It's good to work.
Right.
We do work that. I feel like I have the endurance and stamina. I have a woman recently. I was saying you're getting endurance and stamina and cardio and strength, and you can do whatever you want. I mean, you can go climb a mountain if you want. And a woman in class was like, I just climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, and I was
Amazing.
like,
yeah.
So you don't realize the benefits until you actually need them to run or do the cardio. And yes, muscle metabolism. You want to keep that boosted and burning calories.
Yeah, and you can use your heart as a muscle without running for 45 minutes and all the things like
completely. I mean, that's the sprint part. I mean, I'm sure you feel like, I have clients come up to me after class and show me their caloric burn and their heart rate monitor, and for sure you can get it's the output. It's the output. But I am in 100% agreement. We need to keep muscle on the body, and through exercise, through diet, through all of those.
And so it's funny because actually, so this was probably the beginning of this, beginning of 2019. Yeah. I was having a medical procedure, and, they're taking like all your pre-op, stats and whatever. And the doctor said to me like, oh, are you a runner? And I was like, no. He's like, oh, like your resting heart rate is like in the low 50s. And I'm like,
wow.
well, like I work out a lot, you know?
Oh, that's
But
yes,
it's,
that
you know.
speaks to what you do.
Right.
Yeah, that's tremendous.
Which is all physique, you guys.
You go.
So
There you go. I mean, you want to find
Yeah.
what resonates and what works for you. But
Yeah.
certainly, I think there is a misconception that you have to do all these things, and especially if you don't like doing them. You know,
right, for sure. Then it feels like,
real torture.
Yeah.
Then you're definitely not going to stick with it, and that's what we're just trying to get people to do, is to be healthier, especially as majority of America, we still have obesity is still on the rise, and all-time high. So
it's crazy.
yeah.
And we're here fighting obesity, among other things, that's for sure. But to help on the food side, guys, we give our members a recipe every single week. For the new year, we gave everyone my favorite black bean brownies. Last week, we gave you the most delicious grain-free protein pancakes. And this week is kind of a combination of the two. Our members are getting low GI friendly chocolate protein muffins. They're easy to make, like everything I give you, delicious and chocolatey. And I think the greatest thing about them is how many different ways you can use them. So they could certainly be dessert, they could be a snack, or even breakfast on the go. You're going to love them, I swear. One of the doctors I work with just made some recently in these little heart-shaped tins that were so cute and so yummy and perfect for this time of year. So if you're already a member, this is the recipe in your weekly email this week. If you're not already a member, what are you waiting for? You want this recipe, right? So go to glow.fm/salad with a side of fries to get on this. Remember, everybody, you still get your podcast totally free. The membership program allows you to get more from us every single week. For just $10 a month, you get a weekly email that will always have at least one recipe. Monthly, it'll include an article diving into topics we aren't necessarily covering on the show, like a couple weeks ago when we talked about prebiotics and probiotics. Yes, remember? You also get extra discounts from me and our partners, plus exclusive access to live sessions with me to answer all of your burning questions. So guys, you don't want to miss out on this. If you're not already a member, for real, go to glow.fm/salad with a side of fries. In about 10 seconds, literally, you'll be ready to go. And again, you have it. It's glow.fm/salad with a side of fries. And hurry so that you get this week's low GI friendly chocolate protein muffins. So back to physique for a hot second. Like, do you think, so is that really like the secret to the effectiveness is sort of the overload,
right?
The
one
secret,
stop shop, like little secret sauce.
What is it that makes it work?
It's so to break it down a little bit more granularly, if that's a word. So we basically we take the muscles. We sprint. We combine strength training with large and small repetitions. So, for example, if you're even just a push-up is a straight-on push-up, but we'll take it and we'll do them in different rhythms and different tempos, which really makes you feel the output in the cardio. So instead of just lowering to the floor, down and up in a push-up, or as you see in a lot of gyms, like a lot of people just going down, up, down, up, down, up, getting a lot of momentum going. We might go down, down, up in one, like press and, like we might slow it down and then speed it up and then slow it down. And then the muscle fibers actually tear. And because you're
which is how you build muscle,
is exactly how we build muscle. So your brain's like going, oh my goodness, like the muscles and the neurotransmitters are like going up and saying, we are, break down here. And then the muscles fibers come back together. I like my little brain going, we're breaking down here. And that's where your muscles start to shake.
It's the good kind.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and then we take each muscle group and we fatigue it. So we'll make you take 8 or 10 pound weights, right? You use 8.
I use 8s.
Yeah. 10s can be a lot. And we'll do different rhythms and tempos with bicep curls. We'll do that with your thighs. And that's the actual science and the method behind it. It's like you're sprinting, you're moving in big ranges, slow ranges, and then the muscles are strengthening. You're using your own body weight. And the bar just happens to be a prop that's like your partner. So if you do our online platform, you'll still get the interval overload, which is what we've been talking about, that interval of overloading the muscle, taking it to fatigue. You'll still get it whether you're at the bar or not. We've designed choreography to be fun and move in different planes of motion. So the body is not, it's not just front, back, or side to side. It's front, back, side. And again, like it's basically we put you on a rotisserie is what I say. And we just kind of keep turning you over the fire.
Right.
And like, is that cooked? Is that well done? Good.
Right. So for those who are already physiquers, right? If that's a word.
Yes.
What tips do you have for making a shift in this new year?
Yeah.
Yes. Level up.
Yes. So if you're already a physiquer, I would, and you're looking to, it would be hard to plateau because like I said, every class is different. I would look into look at your schedule and look, are you taking some of our more advanced classes that we offer? Right. Or do you need maybe even go back and get some more technique and take some of the slower paced classes where you burn in a different way because you're just like holding the position, understanding the form. I would also say, change up your trainers. One of the things I love about physique is that no two trainers are the same, that we really encourage our trainers, which are highly talented dancers, to be them, authentic in their personalities. And some teachers can just push you and just push you to that next level. Like, all of our teachers are great, but some energies work differently. And you're just like, oh my gosh,
right.
Chad,
right.
I can't, you're right next to me, or Alicia, or, they're all wonderful, but some of them will just get right in your face and just make you keep going. So I would find that,
because I've been there.
I would find the trainer to level up. I would look and just see how many times. In general, what we say is if you're looking to change your body, come at like 4 to 5 times a week. So you do like an unlimited for like 4 to 8 weeks. And then from there, maintenance is like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
So that's what I aim for, just to like maintain. But if I was trying to level up, which definitely happens every once in a while after the holidays, I would try to get an extra class or 2 in.
Yeah.
I think the woman that climbed the mountain was taking like 2 classes a day.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, God bless you. That's fun.
Yeah. I mean, well, and especially if they're different formats.
Yeah.
And you have time. Yeah, exactly.
I'll do mat, which is, the Pilates-ish on the floor, which just sneaks up on you. You're like, oh, this is nice. We're lying on the floor. And the next thing you know, you're like devastated. Like,
right.
What happened? This was going to be a relaxing class.
I thought we were just going to lay here.
Yeah, no, it's like one of our toughest classes.
Yeah. And then if somebody isn't necessarily going to physique or using the physique workouts, what's something that you would recommend to anybody across the board for getting the most out of their workout? Because I know you've done a lot of research.
And I love to take different types of classes to just kind of keep my pulse on what's happening in the fitness industry. And I would say that, we hear the word plateau a lot. I've plateaued. If you're running and you're running 3 miles and you're running the same time, that you might plateau. Your body adjusts. That's great. But if you're looking to change that, you might want to add in sprints. Where you push to that point where you're pushing that VO2 max, and you're just like, the point. What we always say is the talk test, where you're like, you should always be able to say your name at least, right. But that's your rate of perceived exertion. So usually it's your exertion that you want to, if you're looking for next level, if you're not feeling like, wow, if your workout didn't feel like a workout,
right.
felt nice and comfortable, you might want to look. So, that's trying different things, but I also think you want to do things that make you feel good. Like it's a workout and you feel spent, but not like beat up, right. So I think that's really important. And then you'll stick with it.
Yeah.
If you like it.
Right. And I think a lot of people these days also have this like infatuation with their fitness instructors and, all that kind of stuff. So one of the questions I know everybody's going to ask me is, what does the rest of your wellness life look like? Yeah. And, is physique really the only workout you do, or do you change it up? Like,
right. I do. I love physique, and physique is like my primarily what I do to keep the muscle tone. I recently, I actually just took this class on Sunday. I live out in New Jersey. I took a hot yin yoga class. Like, and it's like the complete opposite of physique, but it's actually incredibly challenging. We used to offer a yin yoga class, and then I was like, oh, maybe we should do that again. So basically, you stretch in a posture, let's just say like pigeon pose, where your leg is bent in front of you for like 5 minutes. And it's supposed to release like the tendons or ligaments and like give you more mobility and so much your muscles and your joints. And let me tell you, it was really uncomfortable. But when I walked out of there, I was like, oh, wow. Like, I think keeping flexibility is really important. So we do stretch during our classes, but I stretch 15 minutes a day on my own, usually like at the end of the day after a hot shower or bath, and I do that. And what else do I do? Like I stretch. Every once in a while.
But I think stretching is so underrated.
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh, I don't need to do the splits. It's not about doing the splits at all. It's like functional muscle.
Yeah, I think we're going to start my prediction for 2020 and beyond is we're going to hear a lot more about recovery, and that yes, you have to go hard to have muscle, but you don't have to go hard every single day.
Right.
And I think, especially living in New York, we're like, I'm not going to get results unless I hit it hard. And yes, you do have to hit it hard, but you also need that balance. So I'm a big fan of balance.
Nice.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Let's go stretch.
Right. And it's funny because, I'm at Physique basically every day if I'm in New York. But I also say not every class is the class of my life.
Right.
Like some days are just a little different.
Yeah. Yeah. I might not take all those options to fully rep. I might hold a pulse. And that's great. Yeah.
Anything else that you think we should discuss as far as physique or people's fitness in general? Actually, one of the things you and I have talked about is one of the things I see happening a lot in the fitness industry is a lot of everybody hopping around to different different classes and different things, and sort of like pros and cons. Like, is it muscle confusion or is it
just beyond confused?
Right.
You're not going to see the results.
Right.
I do. I feel really, thank you for reminding me this. I do feel really strongly that it's really important to find a couple things and really become really good at them. And I think it's wonderful that the industry it's saturated and there's a lot to choose from, but I also think that we're losing technique. And so I the example I give or the analogy is like a musical instrument. If like one day you're playing the piano and the next day the violin and the next day the cello and whatever, you're never going to really learn how to do it well. And it's technique that changes the body. And as dancers, that's right. We got up every day and we did our pliés and we worked our turnout, and that's how you learn how to jump. And all the Baryshnikov, I'm sure, is still waking up and doing pliés, and you do the same thing because it works. And so, yes, you got to find what you love. But I think if you're jumping to a lot of different studios and a lot of different methods, it's going to be hard to get really good at one thing and then enjoy it and see the results, and also get the stamina endurance. And that's hard.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting, actually, when you guys had the cardio format.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that one, but it was one where the choreography stayed the same for 6 weeks, and you could see the difference
by the end
in your progression.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah, let's do it.
I know. Maybe we should just call it something different.
Right, we'll call it something else.
Maybe it was the word cardio.
Right, totally.
Turned people off.
Totally. All right, anything else before we move on to some off topic?
Yeah, I know. I think it's, just it's finding something and keep moving, and honoring your body and listening to your body, and doing making sure that you're listening to the trainer but also listening to your body, and not getting caught up in a group fitness sometimes if you're in the class, worrying about what your neighbor's doing. Just focus on you. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Uh-oh.
All right, so here we go. We're going to go to our off-topic questions. These are fun, and nobody prepares.
I don't know how to talk about anything else but physique. That's it.
All right. So what's the best thing you've done for your health this week? And what's the naughtiest thing you've done related to your health this week?
The best thing I've done for my health. And I would say, I think I started adding in more avocados. I really am a fan of the avocado, but like I never buy them. And so I bought them and I ate like half of one. And like, I just feel like that's
so
such
satisfied?
a health. Yes. I'm a satisfied avocado. That and the yin class of just stretching for an hour and 15 minutes was like really like dessert for my body.
Nice.
Yes, naughty.
I love that, dessert for my body.
Yes, dessert. We use that marketing for you could take it, but yes, like really indulging in something that just felt so good. So, yeah.
And what was the naughtiest thing?
Oh boy, well I have kids, so I like to blame them for. Let's see, we have these little elves on the shelf that we've been doing, and so like sometimes they get into like candy and whatnot. So I would say, what did I do? I think I took. It's not even that naughty, but it was like a sugar cookie or something. I sample things. I just sample.
Right. A little bite here.
I'm not into deprivation.
Yeah,
anyway,
for
so
sure.
It was just
Clearly
naughty.
we're not eating. Selling fries, people.
Yeah, you got to have balance.
Right.
It was a sugar cookie. I will say it was a sugar cookie.
All right. If you could cure one ailment, sickness, or disease, what would it be?
Oh, I would probably say cancer. My nephew has leukemia and just like anything in that kind of where it's just, like that's a tough one. And a lot of clients that we've had have gone through it, and that one's tough. That one's a tough one. You're just like,
and it hits so many people.
It hits
it's
so
hard
many
to
people
find someone who hasn't been impacted by it.
Yeah, in so many different ways and so many different areas. It's not just one. It's just kind of, we should just be done with it. I don't want to hear that. It's like, I'm going to cure it.
Right. Done. Consider it
my
cured.
Next. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to embark on a different career, what would you do?
So I used to do wardrobe styling for TV commercials. I was an assistant, but I was on, that was like I loved film and television. I loved costuming and wardrobe. And so, I would love to do makeovers and
Oh yeah.
And like,
that'd be fun.
Go shopping.
I used to be a photo shoot producer.
Okay.
Careers ago. So,
yes. Yeah. I was the one on set.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fixing.
If you were a superhero, what would be your superpower?
Oh boy. I would probably say being invisible.
Okay.
Because you could just get in and out of things and just nobody could see you.
Nobody would know you were there.
No. So
the things you would know.
Yeah.
Right?
I know. What a power.
Your favorite book on any topic other than like fitness?
Other than fitness. Yeah. Currently, I'm reading Seth Godin's Tribes. I'm rereading it, I should say. And, I'm just fascinated with anything in business and leadership and marketing. So that, and then I also love, what's the name of that book for spirituality? The Alchemist.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll compare book lists later.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
That's like on my nightstand. I reread a few books because I keep forgetting them. I'm like, what was in that book?
You're like, what did I read?
The Alchemist is one of them.
Awesome. What's your biggest pet peeve?
I would say cigarette smoke walking down the street. Like I'm like a maniac. Like I walk fast, I speed up and then I like do the hand wave. Like it's like, I don't know why I get like so angry about cigarette smoke and secondhand.
I also have this like irrational fear that I'm going to walk past somebody
and
get burned by their like,
or burned
too, but like
I just took a breath in and it all went in.
Totally.
Or bird, yes. That's maybe more.
No, but like, I think sometimes people don't realize where their cigarette is in space.
I find it, and this is going to be judgmental, but I find it a very self-centered. It is a pet peeve.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
All right.
Not sorry.
Finally, right. Sorry, not sorry. Finally, in your opinion, what's the next frontier in wellness?
Oh, boy. I think we're kind of already seeing, I don't think bricks and mortar will ever go away, but I think, digital, we're seeing it unfortunately with a lot of stores and retail. Yep. So I think, being online and that easy access, but I think that we'll just keep seeing that. And I think we're going to see a lot more wellness that's more interactive digitally as well. And it's that's just going to keep going and going. But I do hope that everyone will still want to meet in person. I think we'll always need each other.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And we're going to have, hopefully it's up by the time this airs. And if not, guys, it's coming, texting back and forth so we can interact with everybody and ask questions.
Oh, that'll be so fun. All right.
Well. Yeah. Well, Tanya, thank you for being here. As you guys know, physique is totally my diehard workout of choice. So I can't say enough about it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thank you for the method that's completely changed my health and my fitness. Yeah. I tell everybody I've never been this strong in my life, and it's definitely because of physique. So,
well, you put the effort in, so thank you.
For those who are interested in learning more about physique or the on-demand stuff, tell everybody how to connect.
Yeah, so we are currently franchising. So if you want a physique near you, we are coming. So there's that, and we have a tremendous online platform where we have you could just go to our website. We also have an app, but you can log in through our website, physique57.com, and we have hundreds of videos without props. You can do them anywhere, anytime. We also have our live classes that we stream too. Yeah. So put a bar in your wall and start pulsing. Yeah. Or use a sturdy piece of furniture, but be careful. With some of our moves, you need to pull off of a bar. Right. So make sure it's in a wall.
Yeah, and I'm just total selfish plug here, but you guys, I travel and I will do other bar classes, and I am bored to tears. So I highly recommend the video on demand and the live classes.
Take us with you.
Right, yeah. So you can absolutely access it wherever you are. Yeah. And how does everybody connect with you? Instagram.
So my Instagram handle is Tanya Becker P57. So just Physique 57, Tanya Becker P57. And that's how you can connect with me right now.
Awesome. And of course, you guys know me. I'm your host, Jenn Trepeck. You can find me on Instagram at Jenn Trepeck, JENNTREPECK. Our Facebook page is under the same handle, and our private Facebook group, as you know, is at Salad with a Side of Fries podcast. And so that's a place for you guys to share your stories and challenges and victories and all that good stuff. And of course, also our website, saladwithasideoffriespodcast.com. Tanya, thank you again.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Well, friends, that's it for today's episode of Salad with a Side of Fries. Congratulations for making yourself and your health a priority. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to click subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform. Share us with a friend, and we'll be back next week. Always remember, you deserve it, and you are worth it. Happy healthy.